This is a section from Raise High the Roofbeam, Carpenter by J.D. Salinger. One night, some 20 years ago, during a siege of mumps in our enormous family, my youngest sister Franny was moved, crib and all, into the ostensibly germ-free room I shared with my eldest brother Seymour. I was 15, Seymour was 17. Along about 2 in the morning, the new roommate's cries awakened me. I lay in a still neutral position for a few minutes listening to the racket till I heard or felt Seymour stir in the bed next to mine. In those days we kept a flashlight on the night table between us, for emergencies that, as far as I remember, never arose. Seymour turned it on and got out of bed. "The bottle's on the stove," Mother said, I told him. "I gave it to her a little while ago," Seymour said. "She isn't hungry." He went over in the dark to the bookcase and beamed the flashlight slowly back and forth along the stacks. I sat up in bed. "What are you going to do?" I thought maybe I'd read something. I thought maybe I'd read something to her, Seymour said, and took down a book. "She's 10 months old, for God's sake," I said. "I know," Seymour said. "They have ears. They can hear." The story Seymour read to Franny that night by flashlight was a favorite of his, a Taoist tale. To this day, Franny swears that she remembers Seymour reading it to her. Duke Mu of Qin said to Po Lo, "You are now advanced in years. Is there any member of your family whom I could employ to look for horses in your stead?" Po Lo replied, "A good horse can be picked out by his general build and appearance, but the superlative horse, one that raises no dust and leaves no tracks, is something evanescent and fleeting, elusive as thin air. The talents of my sons lie on a lower plane altogether. They can tell a good horse when they see one, but they cannot tell a superlative horse. I have a friend, however, one Chi Fong Kao, a hawker of fuel and vegetables, who in things appertaining to horses is no wise my inferior. Pray see him." Duke Mu did so, and subsequently dispatched him on the quest for a steed. 3 months later, he returned with the news that he had found one. "It is now in Shachu," he added. "What kind of horse is it?" asked the Duke. "Oh, it is a dun-colored mare," was the reply. I actually think that says dun-colored mare, whatever that means. However, someone being sent to fetch it, the animal turned out to be a coal-black stallion. Much displeased, the Duke sent for Po Lo. "That friend of yours," he said, "whom I commissioned to look for a horse, has made a fine mess of it. Why, he cannot even distinguish a beast's color or sex. What on earth can he know about horses?" Po Lo heaved a sigh of satisfaction. "Has he really got as far as that?" he cried. "Ah, then he is worth 10,000 of me put together. There is no comparison between us. What Cal keeps in view is the spiritual mechanism. In making sure of the essential, he forgets the homely details. Intent on the inward qualities, he loses sight of the external. He sees what he wants to see, and not what he does not want to see. He looks at the things he ought to look at, and neglects those that need not be looked at. So clever a judge of horses is Cal, that he has it in him to judge something better than horses." When the horse arrived, it turned out indeed to be a superlative animal.